Jeremy Edwards. I'm a PhD, or currently a PhD candidate in the Department of Education with the emphasis in culture and development. My background, so I went to UCLA for my undergrad, and my background is in psychology, which was my major, and then I minored in education studies. But kind of moving back, kind of rewinding, so born and raised in Los Angeles, California, mainly went to schools in the Inglewood area, and then or district, and then I went, for high school, I went to a high school within the LA Unified School District area. And so I, was raised by, my mom. Within that, I was in that household, but I also, saw my dad on a regular as well. So he was a very, important part of my upbringing. So one thing for me in undergrad, I was just rolling in courses. I was just enrolling courses that I was interested in, right? But, because of how these systems are in place, and, in particular with certain school models being sort of research-based, where teaching isn't necessarily prioritized. If you're enrolling in a class that the instructor doesn't prioritize teaching, it can be difficult to grasp the material, right? And it's particularly in a quarter system where you may be learning upwards of 3 to 5 subjects within a week's time, and that could just be for one course. So, again, that sort of imposter syndrome, or just feeling like maybe this isn't for me. And so if you need to speak to someone about that, then do that, but also just kind of plan out, short-term, long-term, and kind of check in every 3 to 6 months on your plan and say, have I met these goals? Years go by really quick, right? So that's something that they don't tell you. They say, if you're a first year, freshman student, they say, oh, you have time, right? You have time. If you're a transfer student, they're, constantly trying to maybe just kind of provide you with information, but not necessarily the information that is needed. So really thinking about some of these things, I think more concretely. Another thing I would say is, getting involved in research, or getting involved in campus organizations, tapping into, what's happening, right? Getting a pulse of the campus, understanding who the student body is, understanding how the university works, right? Because it's an investment, right? So you're paying this tuition per quarter, per semester, and it is an investment because they are, taking this money from you. And so it's how are you, investing your time? So applying to grad school, it can be challenging, right? And so I think it starts off with you and your goals, right? So I'm gonna sort of kind of reiterate that. So it starts off there, and you constantly hear this thing of, well, find a program that fits you, or find this, right? You have to kind of set out that plan, right? And say, oh, well, I know that I don't want to be in grad school for longer than 2 years. Well, then, find programs that will support that goal. Oh, I know I don't want to be, in a program that may not support me, right, as a student of color. Oh, well, then you want to tap into, I keep saying tap in, you want to connect with the faculty there, or connect with staff there, call them, see who you can communicate with. And oftentimes you can even reach out to grad students as a prospective student, because they have their information on the website. So based on the programs that you want to apply to, you can just look at the directory and, just find, certain students that, might fit your interest. Or even an organization. Each department usually has a student organization, a grad student organization. They would love to help, right?